There's 4 division titles on the line in Week 18. 2 of those are in the NFC. As of right now, the Cowboys hold the top spot in the East. That leaves the Eagles with the wild card spot after losing 4 of their last 5 games. So the Cowboys currently first in the NFC East. Hi, Dan.
What's up?
And they just need to beat the Commanders this weekend to win the division. So, Stephen A., tell me this. Is there a first place standing due to good play or good luck?
Oh, please, lucky asses. Make me, highway robbery. You got to be kidding me, man. I can't believe you give up a touchdown, all right, and they call about, he was ineligible. He didn't notify the officials, where the camera clearly shows them notifying the officials. It definitely was luck, and it's a combination of that, along with their weak schedule, beating a bunch of last-place teams for most of the season, along with the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles somehow have nosedived, which Shannon Sharpe has been warning America about for the last 2 months. Who would have thought that the Philadelphia Eagles, who started off the season 10-1, would lose 4 of their last 5 games? Who saw that coming? Who would have seen the Eagles losing a 21-6 lead and ultimately falling to the Arizona Cardinals, for crying out loud? I almost felt like, damn, the coach was trying to get one of his former assistant coaches a better, give him a victory, for crying out loud. I'm just disgusted with what happened. Dallas with their lucky selves and what have you. But, it was appropriate because Jimmy Johnson was inducted into the Ring of Honor finally. Yeah. And maybe that's something that's going to contribute to this curse being lifted, where they'll finally get to a conference.
Good karma thing?
It's the first time I felt that the Dallas Cowboys got good karma coming their way in the last 28 years. That's just how I feel about it. Lucky them. But luck is definitely a significant part of the equation. I don't want to hear what anybody says. Their schedule, the teams they beat, and then this call when you lose the game and it's given to you, and now you end the season with a gimme, which is the Washington, not the Commodores with Lionel Richie, not the Commodores, the Washington Commanders. That's how you ended your season? My Lord, how lucky can you be? Please.
You know what? I'm going to say it's good play. Because, Stephen A., if you look at it, they got 11 victories. And let's just say we take that one away. Okay. Now, if you want to say that it probably aided them in winning the division, because I agree with you, I do believe they're going to beat the Washington Commanders. But if you look at what they did defensively, when they take the ball away, they win ball games. You look at what the Lions normally do. They normally average 27.5 points. They got 19. And Jared Goff reverted back a little bit to Jared Goff, and he turned the ball over. And the one thing that you can't do against the Cowboys on the road in their building is turn the ball over. CeeDee Lamb, 7 targets. The first through week 6, they were 4-2. He was averaging 7 targets, catching about 5.5 of them. Over the last 7 weeks, last 10 weeks, he's averaging almost 13 targets, catching almost 9 of them. They're 7-3, and he had 227 on Saturday night. This is good play, but the Cowboys are predicated when their defense takes the ball away, get after the opposing team's quarterback, they normally win ball games. So this game notwithstanding, because what Detroit tried to do, if you notice, Decker did go to the official, but you see 70 come running into the screen. He's trying to confuse the Dallas Cowboys. He ended up confusing Brad Allen, who was the referee, because Brad Allen didn't hear number 70. He had already turned to walk away because he had already got a 68 was reporting. And if you watch this, they played out through the entirety. Here come number 70 come running in. He tried to confuse it. You see, he already gone. And you end up trying to confuse the Cowboys because you got to make it. 68 is reporting as eligible. They normally announce that. So they're trying to confuse the Cowboys and ended up confusing the official. So I'm going to say it's good play that got them in this position.
I don't know what's more ridiculous, Shannon, respectfully. You trying to pin this on the or the Lions trying to do too much, or Stephen A., you took like forever off, and now you're in L.A. I'm in studio with Molly. And these are the, I don't.
Explain to America what happened.
So these are the shoes that Stephen A.
I walked into my office today, so Stephen A.'s assistant must have left them in my office.
What is this?
She did.
And he got the shoes.
First of all.
So he made good on his word. Stephen A., thank you very much. Congrats again to UConn. We're going to win it again this year.
How come there's no
the
brand
shoes
on it?
They're Attico. The brand's right on there.
You don't need to know.
You don't know anything about brand.
It ain't cheap. Exactly.
You're the last person to talk about brand.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Him of all people.
Wow, are you really
understand?
sniffing the shoe?
just
I
sniffed
just
her
got the
shoes.
shoe
He
and
just
I have
sniffed the shoe.
tights on. Don't be
I don't
weird.
know about you, Dan. I got to keep an eye on you.
You know, he might have a foot fetish.
Yeah, you might have more.
Dan might be one of those. Dan might be one of those.
No, that's
Yeah,
red.
what?
It's not
What?
Dan.
Ain't no
What
D,
are
but
these?
Dan. D-O,
What's wrong with
D-O,
it? It's a
D-O.
nice black patent leather pump.
These
by
are like
Attico.
these are like the lazy heels.
Okay,
I
would
feel.
you give me my shoe back?
D-O, let me ask you this.
That's what
Stephen
she
A.,
wanted,
thank
Dio.
you very
That's
much.
what she
I
wanted.
love
Dio.
them, so thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
You
Yes, sir.
said it was outlandish. Why would you have 3 offensive linemen going to report to
How
the
much is that?
referee if you're
Right.
not trying to confuse the Cowboys? Normally,
Sure.
one guy shows up to the ref, I'm reporting as eligible. So why would 3 offensive linemen need to go to the officials? What would you think they were trying to do?
Trying to confuse the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I said.
But it's not a problem if the head
what he
coach
said.
takes a paper and pen, draws up what is going to happen to the official pregame, makes it very clear of what they are going to do in every detail possible, gives it to the ref before the game and says, in this situation, this is what we are going to do. So you and only you know,
forgot.
and we're going to sit here and say, well, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he forgot.
That's outrageous to say. They're
Dio.
adult men.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying he forgot. It's the same situation that Matt LaFleur did with the Green Bay and Carolina. He told the officials, we want the ball if we win. Carolina won the toss, and Jair Alexander deferred. So he was going to give Carolina the ball to start the game and to start the second half. But Matt LaFleur had already told him, if we win, we want the ball.
Right.
If they
Let's just
win,
not pin that. Let's just not pin that on the Lions, though. Let's pin that on awful officiating in that moment.
Yes,
now
I'm
to the
agreeing.
question. We do have to. There is some luck involved, but this is good play by the Dallas Cowboys. We have to give them credit. If you actually go a little bit early in the game, I'll be fair to Cowboys fans. Again, the call is absolutely horrific. The Cowboys aren't necessarily in that situation if not for that bad call. You do have to give them credit good play-wise because, one, the pick late in the game that Shannon intimated to takes more time off the clock and gives them that cushion. So it's a great interception. They were outstanding on 3rd and short defensively. DeMarcus Lawrence was maybe the best player on the field for most of those situations against an offense that wants to get into 3rd and short, and then by play design and execution-wise, essentially seals and/or wins games. So as much as I get that play call and there's luck involved in it, there's luck that the Eagles fold at home, you have to give some credit to Dallas that finding a way to win play-wise at home on a weekend where the game matters a ton.
I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that.
do.
I don't have to do that this week. This week. Here's the deal. I can look at your season, right? I can look at the teams mired in last place that you were beating up on, right? I can look at a loss to San Francisco. I can look at a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. I can look at back-to-back losses to Buffalo and Miami. And then I'm looking at you going against Detroit on your home turf. Okay,
Right.
you lose. The likelihood is that you're not going to win the NFC East crown.
Right.
Okay, and then you lose by they throw
Stephen
a
A.,
touchdown.
if they win, they're
to
gonna
another-
be the 2 seed.
I'm just listen. What I'm saying to you is this: I'm looking at their strength of schedule. You got to beat the teams that's in front of you. I get that part. I understand that. But in a game that matters, with the Lions having the NFC North locked up, with them trying to secure a number 2 seed themselves, okay, with them going on the road against the Cowboys and scoring a touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion they convert, and the officials mess it up.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm going to think luck.
The only way that their season could be better if they win this weekend would be the 1 seed. They're going to be the 2 seed if they beat
what did
Washington.
I just say? Why you know what? Why are you acting like I stuttered? Why are you acting like are you confused? I specifically said there are a bunch of last place teams they were beaten up on. When they went against quality teams, they
They're a
lost.
good
They were
football
riding
team.
I didn't say they weren't. It's about more luck than good, right? That doesn't mean they're not good. I just said they're more lucky right now because when you're sitting up there and you get a 2-point conversion call against you, and then that gets called back, and you're securing that bag, and then the Philadelphia Eagles stink up the joint over the last 5 weeks the way that they have, and then you close out the game against the Commodores. I mean the Commanders. I mean the Commodores. I mean the Commanders. Okay, you're lucky. That's all I'm trying to say. A lot of luck going to Dallas Cowboys this way right now. Good for them.
Hey, Dio. Dan Campbell could have kicked that field goal early in the game instead of going for it on 4th down.
That's true.
Detroit doesn't win. That's not who they are. They don't win the division.
Well, then who they are
that
third place team.
mindset.
Now you're going to have to go on the road. That's who they are. Well, how about
Detroit
this here?
needs a break. That's what I know.
Hey,
Detroit
how
needs
about
a
this?
break, the Lions.
Can teams, you know the Cowboys' defensive line is undersized. They're looking to cross your face. How many times are you going to let D-Law? How many times are you going to let Armstrong cross your face and get the guy in the backfield? You know they're looking to make everything bounce because they're a speed team. They're undersized, and they're looking to make it bounce. So if you keep letting them cross your face, you'll keep getting tackle for losses.
Listen, I was on the 2014 Lions team that went down to Dallas in the playoffs and had the miraculous flag picked up in Jerry's world, and it just so happened to the Detroit Lions organization again Saturday night.